Try PL. Alright, let's try PL. Maybe that'll work. I don't think it's going to work, though. I think the flag code is POL. Yeah, PL doesn't work either. I'll make sure I have this next time I do this. I'll have to test it beforehand. Anyway, Oski. First time I've casted him on my channel, I believe. On the home server against Daniel. He's a 14-year-old prodigy in Europe against a 14-year-old prodigy from America. This is super cool to see. But I'm going to say Daniel wins this, even though he's on the away server. I've seen him have success on the European server before, and I think he's going to have a slight edge in this matchup because Oski, although he is a up-and-comer and a very high-level player, extremely mechanical, Daniel has the experience in tournaments. Good snipe there by Oski. Daniel expected him to have a good chance of missing this, but actually Oski slots it with no problems. Takes an early 1-goal advantage. Yeah, this is Daniel's first game that he's played in the tournament. He got a round 1 bye because OSM, his opponent, did not show. Not that he might have needed one, but shots like this. Daniel opens his scoring with a shot similar to Trek's. Not quite as explosive, but as impressive nonetheless. This is normal for Daniel, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm not super hyped, this is standard for him. This is actually just a normal Daniel goal. Kickoff goal for Daniel doubles him up. Oski needs to stay tight here in defense. He needs to keep Daniel under control because Daniel knows how to control the possession. He knows how to dictate the midfield of a game. I feel like all the top-seeded players in this tournament are the players who just know how to get a lead, a small lead, and then force their opponent to overextend in an attempt of a comeback. And yeah, one more time, just for anybody tuning in, I know that I've got the England flag instead of the Poland flag. That's intentional because the Poland flag isn't working in the overlays, so apologies for that. Oski's Polish-English. I think he's Polish living in England, is what, just like Drali is Canadian living in Morocco. Couple of dual nationality players. Oski backs up Daniel into the net. Heavy first touch off the wall, leaves a lot to be done, but Oski has done well. Oh my goodness. The finesse to pull this one back from an impossible angle is unreal. And yeah, that's going to be absolutely impossible to read from Daniel's ping. Zero shot that he reads this. I mean, that ball probably went all over the place. But yeah, Daniel's so good at reading what his opponent is doing that, you know, he can usually predict what they're up to, even if the server's not telling him. And he's going for a tight angle double here, off the post, and almost hit Oski's car on the way back. As Oski accelerates into an attempted open net, Daniel gets an awkward touch to delay him briefly. But look at Oski. Air roll into the full volley, and he puts himself 1 goal ahead again. Brilliant composure by Oski here. Tricky in the setup, and if he can keep these unpredictable setups going, that's going to make Daniel's life a whole lot more difficult. You know, the more close to the ball card control that we can see out of Oski, the better for him. That is going to make Daniel's life a living nightmare. Daniel saying whatever you could do, I could do better. Doesn't use the air roll spin, but he's delayed his dodge in the ball as well, and sends a much faster shot into the top corner to tie once again. These two going back and forth. Anybody in chat know when Oski's going to be 15? I think just like Daniel, he's going to be another one of those players who's straight into a top team in Europe. Well, Daniel in America, of course, but Oski into a top team in Europe. We've got Oski and Zen, the two 14-year-old wonder kids at the moment to look forward to later this year, February. Well, it's later next year, I guess. I think Daniel's December this year. Not sure where Zen is. Those are the three, I think, most hyped young players at the moment. Drali having to wait a bit longer. I think he's still 13, so I have to wait even longer for him. Not 14. Not in that category. Aqua as well. I know there's a lot of hype around him in America, so worth a mention alongside Daniel. Really cool to see the youngsters continuing to shine. Has Oski got that on target? Not quite. Daniel going to be happy to see that trickling into the corner as he recovers. Heavy first touch in the midfield. Not even a first touch, just a heavy touch in the midfield by Daniel. Gives away possession. And Oski's going to go for an air dribble and gets the demo as well. Not that he needed it. Oski with perfect midfield control, perfect aerial control, wins the possession and gets the outplay on Daniel. This is, you know, it's another one of these close games. It's kind of like the Appjack Lorley game. I'm saying I think Appjack's going to win, but it'll be close. I think Daniel's winning this, but I thought it would be close, and Oski is showing us why here. Definitely able to compete at this level. Oh, he might have given one away here. Daniel doesn't have the boost to get the attack going, but he does steal the boost away from Oski's back corner. Oski in a lot of trouble here. He wants a 50-50. He wants some distance on the ball, but he doesn't get either. And now here comes Daniel. He's going to air dribble. They're playing horse right now. Every shot being attempted is just going in the other end. Pre-flip miss for Oski. Daniel went past the ball expecting a contact on it, but he has managed to recover and just slots it bottom corner before Oski gets back. Now Oski, if he'd made contact with that, had an open net, so that's why he was so all in for it. But this game stays close as ever. No more than a 1-goal lead for either player. Can Daniel get one? Oski denies him. Quick recovery. Daniel missed the shot anyway. And Oski's flick forces Daniel back, but he's going to need to do more than that. Daniel's going to steal the boost on spawn here. Oh, he just missed it. But he goes back in for it. Both players missed it. But now Daniel misses the ball. Oski's just gone under him in a bizarre challenge. A 0 boost Oski just walks the ball into the net. Daniel jumped twice. I think he meant to dodge here. In fact, I know he meant to dodge. He jumped over the ball by accident. Mechanical misplay or a controller malfunction. Either way, Oski back in the lead by 1. Now here comes Daniel. Early reset on the ball before Oski can challenge, but the pre-jump, Oski just hangs about in midair. Predicted perfectly where the ball was going, and that is a crazy save. He just started floating at the top corner and the ball came towards him. Oski up by 2 for the first time in the game. We have a 2-goal advantage. And before any of our NA fans start moulding, just know Oski is a monster. This is an unknown player for a lot of you because he has just burst onto the scene recently, but this is not the last time you're going to see him. He is an absolute beast. And you know, there's a reason I say that he's the EU up-and-comer the same way Daniel is in threes. Daniel really pushing the limits here for what's possible, and Oski has forced him to do that with exceptional defense. Has Daniel gone too far? He just manages to get back, uses his post to help him get the save, but Oski will control and flick the ball top corner. He is the first player who has ran away with a lead here. It was Daniel, then it was Oski, then it was Daniel again, then Oski, and it's been all Oski since then. And he has dominated another kickoff. I think Daniel might be just conceding here because he knows there's just really no point in trying to defend against Oski's aerials a lot of the time. And Oski scores a double reset. I think Daniel could have saved this easily if his head was still in the game, but he decided 3 goals and a kickoff loss, too much to come back from. He was still playing on the kickoff, by the way. He was 3 goals down and he went for the kickoff win. If he won the kickoff, I think he would have just kept on full try-harding, but wasn't meant to be. And Daniel will be eliminated in round 2. Oski advances, and he could go far. What a player. Keep an eye out for this guy. In the next round, he'll be up against Fahad or Trex, so definitely winnable for the guy. Rip Daniel. And no shame losing here. Oski's a monster. And Daniel is, I remind you guys, he's on the away server for this. He's come on the EU server to play today. Knew it was going to be the away server all the way through, so respect to Daniel for putting himself in that disadvantaged position purely for you guys to get the content that you need. So yeah, massive respect. Massive respect. There's a lot of players who will not play on the away server because their egos are too fragile. Daniel, not one of them. Nothing but respect. But well played by Oski though. Huge, absolutely huge win for him. And he could go far. Fahad Trex, one of the better matchups I think for Oski in the next round. Tylacto is streaming that one right now, and it is a complete tie. In fact, I think, wow, Trex just equalized with an insane goal. And in the quarterfinal round 1, Khaled is currently playing against Revsy, and that is also very close. Very close. In fact, Revsy's got a lead with not a lot of time left, so that's insane.